In the last video we connected up Curator to Learning Locker, but what Curator is doing behind the scenes is just sending HTTP requests with xAPI statements inside them. It's pretty easy for us to actually do that ourselves. I'm going to show you how to do that with a tool called Postman. Postman is free. You can find it by just Googling the name. If you download it and start it up, you'll get an interface a bit like this. What Postman allows you to do is customize and send HTTP requests. You've got control over everything in the request. So first things first, we'll make a basic request. The verb for actually sending statements is going to be post. So we'll set that. And then we're going to send it to the URL which is stored in our client's page. Copy that. Paste it with one addition. It should have statements on the end. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is go to the body tab and put a statement inside the body. We want to change that to raw instead of form data. And we can type in the raw JSON. So we'll add an actor. JSON has to have quotes around the keys of each object. We'll give this an inbox. Mail to test@test.com. And a name. Gonna remember those quotes any second now. Also need a verb. And the verb needs an ID and a display. So I think we'll just borrow an existing verb from our LRS. So we used accessed again. Let's go down to verb. And we also need an object. An object also has an ID. And the ID has to be some sort of IRI. An IRI is roughly equivalent to a URL. This can be any valid IRI in that spot. We'll also give the object a definition, and that allows us to give it a name and a description. And the name is available in multiple languages. I'm in the UK, so I'm going to use NGB. And we'll call this object example object. Let's just check we got the right number of brackets. Missing one on the object. Okay. That looks fine. Learning Locker will tell us if it's invalid and won't let us send it in. So the next thing we need to do are format the headers. So the first thing that we need is authorization. We can use the authorization tool inside Postman to add this really easily. So I'll add basic auth, and basic auth requires a username and password. We know that those come from the client inside LL. So once we've saved that, that should add the header automatically to our request with the authorization. Now we also need the Experience API version, which I think is X. We also need to add the version header, which tells the LRS what version of xAPI you're using, which I think is X Experience API version, and the value should be probably the latest version, 1.0.1. Alright, let's try sending that and see if there's anything I've forgotten. Okay, that's worked just fine. We can see that the authorization header has been applied. What I've got back is an array of all the IDs of the statements that have been inserted. So I only inserted one statement, got back one ID. If I wanted to, I could have used an array in here and sent multiple statements. So let's just try that now. Array has square brackets at the start and the end. Now if I send this, I should get two IDs back. Perfect. Now if we switch back to Learning Locker quickly, I've got three statements in there of test user accessing example object. If I open these up, I can see all of the detail. The Learning Locker has added a few things. It's added a timestamp, it's added a stored date, it's added the IDs, and a bit of other extra information of what the LRS has done on it.